In the last episode, I discussed why people want to move overseas and teach English along with the reasons people want to learn English. These included relocating to another country and job requirements. As with many professions, you may face many problems with becoming an ESL teacher. Some of the problems aren't the ones you normally would associate with teaching: rowdy, disrespectful students, or problematic parents. They are the ones that you will stumble upon when you begin to teach. Some of them would be: no books or resources to teach from. Some schools don't have books or materials to teach from. Old books that are out of date or have numerous pages missing from them. Overcrowded classrooms. Foreign teachers have no formal English training and cannot speak the language themselves. Students only learning what's in books, not what are needed to succeed or learn a language. Teachers not working together to help encourage learning. Teachers being overwhelmed with responsibilities. Teachers asked to buy books and supplies for all the students. Students not caring about what they learn, as they may never use it. Arrogant foreign teachers who believe they know everything about teaching, but never took one actual teaching class in a university. Being taken advantage of by a school you work for. Being told that you are not qualified to teach despite having a bachelor's degree, a TESOL certificate, and having a teacher's license from the USA because you don't have a CELTA certificate. Yes, this happens. A CELTA is a certificate from Cambridge University and is taught by franchise schools. It is a beginner course and usually is taught by individuals who have been teaching ESL for a few years. Many of these teachers can be arrogant and basically in quiet resignation mode, as they do not believe they need to learn anything new. The majority of these problems occur in high poverty-stricken nations. Be creative when you are faced with these problems. Handouts and notebooks work best to finding solutions to these problems without being a financial burden on yourself. One major problem you may find is the one discussed in number 4, where the teacher cannot speak English nor do they have enough formal training to teach English. In Cambodia, most teachers can give you an example of a third-person singular in the present perfect continuous, but could not explain what an idiom is or how to use audio in a classroom. While this is not a problem for more advanced learners, the change from that type of teaching style to a different style may prove to be shocking to students. I was told by numerous students that my style was so different from what they learned before they didn't like it when they got to my class. When they left my course, they said I was the first teacher that made them talk, write, listen and understand all at the same time. In general, be very creative when you teach, especially when you have very little to teach from. Use flashcards. Flashcards are cards with pictures on them or just words. Most of the time the word will be under the picture or on the back of the card. These cards are necessary to teach children or beginners vocabulary and new words. They can associate the word with a picture. Show an apple with the word apple and soon the students will understand the word and be able to read it. With flashcards you can move up to reading stories as they progress and show the pictures in a book. Flashcards are one of the most important tools you can use. The students will learn to speak the word more quickly if you use flashcards. As you to teach vocabulary, you are also teaching speaking, reading, and comprehension. You can use picture flashcards to have students speak the word of the picture they see. Students can also learn the alphabet and how to read the letters. If you use flashcards with letters or sounds on them, you then can piece them together so students can blend sounds to make words. C at cat. Once the students have learned the words, they can be mixed up and shown again in a different order so the students don't see a pattern in the order of words. Then different words can be added in order for the students to learn more. Once students have mastered words, these words can be taken out as new words are added. After students have mastered this technique, reverse the process. Have the students see the English word, or target language, and have them say the word in the local language. This way the brain has to rethink and not translate. The students will know the words by heart. Once words are learned and the student is able to speak them, sentences now can be learned. Apple can be put into a sentence such as, I want an apple, or, do you want an apple? The learner now can learn apple can be replaced with other nouns and they can now ask for other things as easily. I want an orange. I want a banana. Use lesson plans and more. When you have decided what to teach a class each day, these are known as lesson plans. Explain your lesson plans clearly and simply. Only teach what is relevant to the class and what they can use. Respond appropriately and respectfully to students. Never let grudges or personal vendettas get in your way of teaching. If a student doesn't understand, explain again and again until they understand. If all fails, get a native speaker, of their language, to explain. Seat students effectively so they will respond faster to your lesson plans. Failure to seat students properly can foster a poor lesson or classroom. Use group or pair work as much as possible. This will ensure the students get speaking time. Walk around the room to ensure the students are speaking and actively doing their assigned work, and correct students who need help. Test students on a routine basis. This will ensure students know what they are learning and what needs to be corrected. Test again and again until they know what they should have learned. You know the students have succeeded when they can talk without thinking. I was walking down a street in Korea. I read a sign that was written in Korean and knew what the sign meant without thinking. If you notice yourself doing this, if someone asks you a question in the target language and you can answer without deciphering it in your brain, you have succeeded in programming your brain to understand a foreign language. When this happens to your students, you now know they have succeeded in learning English. Remember that all languages have words. The language we use is based upon words, and it is how we learn other languages. We learn new meanings to old words, and we continue to learn new words daily. Beginners of a foreign language are besieged with new words daily when first learning vocabulary. Teachers must start by using mime, body language, and pictures to help the students learn new vocabulary. Many learners are confused by the meanings. Teach only the relevant meaning at the time, teach other meanings later, and the translation of those words to their own language. There are some words and phrases that have no literal translation into their language. So students must learn new words daily. Problems occur when students try to speak a foreign language and discover that they do not have the proper vocabulary to be able to speak. The teacher must be ready for this, as the students must learn as much vocabulary as possible in order to succeed. Along with grammar, students must be inundated with new words, phrases, and everyday situations on a daily basis in order for them to learn much better. Along with the teacher helping them, the most important, they must be able to have the chance to speak as much as possible. Well, that is all the time we have for today. I hope you will come back tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you for joining this week. Please come back next week for more exciting episodes. As always, please like and subscribe. See you next week.